Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. I saw that. Did you know Queen Elizabeth had many, many diaries? And they are now choosing a biographer to go over those diaries to create a book about Queen Elizabeth. Now, it is tradition that the current monarch choose the author who writes the biography of the previous monarch. So it's up to King Charles. Now, I want to ask the cards, what's in those diaries? Apparently, every night, once she became monarch, every night, she was very disciplined. No matter how tired she was or where she was, she would write for 15 minutes in her diary. Now, one of the things that is happening with those diaries, and I imagine, there must be many. I mean, she was monarch for over 70 years. So how many diaries could there be? Apparently, one of her secretaries, who she trusted, who was with her the longest, is going to go over the diaries before they're released to the biographers and take out anything that would be embarrassing to the royal family, to the monarchy. And apparently he has carte blanche to burn them, to destroy them, or to put them in archives, in Windsor private archives. So he gets to go through all of those first. His name is Tall Paul. Apparently he's quite tall, and that's why they call him Tall Paul. Well, no, duh. And he's the one who will hand over the diaries to the biographer. They haven't chosen the biographer yet, as of yet. They say it's a 1 to 2 year process. And first, they have to choose the biographer for Prince Philip. Once they choose the biographer for Prince Philip, then they'll choose the biographer for the Queen. And so, like I said, it could take a 1 to 2 year process. Apparently, there's front runners and whatnot. But you know what? In the meantime, I don't want to wait 2 years. Let's see if the cards will tell us what's in those diaries. What's in Queen Elizabeth's diaries? I want to know what they're taking out, because we're going to see what they left in, right? Right? We'll see what is Tall Paul taking out. What is he going to either destroy or put into the Windsor private archives? Now, they did do that. They did that for Diana's. Apparently, they burnt quite a bit of Diana's private diaries just to save embarrassment to Diana and to the monarchy. What are in Queen Elizabeth's private diaries that we are not meant to know? I imagine she wouldn't put anything in there that would be that embarrassing. I honestly don't think so. Apparently it was more of her daily events than her daily feelings and whatnot, but some of it did slip in. So did she put in her private thoughts about some of the prime ministers or what's going on in the country? They're not supposed to be political, but that doesn't mean you don't have an opinion about something. You're only human after all, right? So let's see. What are in Queen Elizabeth's diaries that they're not going to let us know about? Let's be nosy. Are you kidding me? Page of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know what's going on with this deck. I can't wait to get home and change this deck. I've put crystals on it. I've put it out under the moon. I've tried to cleanse it. I've put it out in the sun. I don't know what's going on, but this is starting to freak me out. The first card, over and over and over. Is there something going to come out about one of the children? And the cards are saying you're asking the wrong questions. Ask about the children. Ask. Four of Candles. Ooh, we're going to hear about, one of the things we aren't going to hear about is like a marriage or a birth. Six of Good Cheer. We aren't going to hear much about the children and their home life. We're not going to hear much about that, because remember, we're asking the cards, what are we not going to hear about? Six of Good Cheer, Six of Cups, that's siblings, that's the past, that's growing up, That's, your warm, cozy home. And also we have here the Four of Wands, which also can indicate home. I don't think we're going to hear a lot about the children. To be fair, it's her biography, but I think some of the things they're going to take out are private thoughts about the children, right? Private thoughts about their birth, private thoughts about home life. I think we're going, that kind of it is going to be out. Not that it's bad, it's just her private thoughts, right? 10 of Canes. There is some information in there that's quite that could ruin something about a birth or the children or the home. There definitely is. Sorry, Queen Elizabeth is a human being, or was a human being, who was allowed to have faults, just like anybody else. It's just that her faults or her misgivings or decisions and choices that she made were kept private. King of Canes in reverse. Well, that's Prince Philip. So I'm going to just open this up a little bit so you can see it. Okay. I think that we are not going to hear anything about her and her disagreements with Prince Philip. They're going to take that out. So if she has something that could possibly be embarrassing to Prince Philip, that's going to be out. If there's something about the children or their home life or births of the children or those kind of things, remember, we're asking what's going to be taken out. So if there was something in there about Prince Philip, we will not, that they don't want us to hear. They're cleaning up all of that. Well, that's what Tall Paul is. He's cleaning up the things about the children, things about the home life, anything that could ruin some, or any time that she thought she was stabbed in the back, perhaps, that somebody wasn't loyal, maybe somebody that was treasonous. So that's going to come out. And also anything negative about Prince Philip, about anything that she perhaps, maybe made a note about, that would not show him in a good light, will be coming out. Of course, things that show him in a really good light will stay in. 2 of Candles. Look at, yes, they are working on what stays and what goes. He's working really hard at that, at what stays and what goes. And it has a lot to do with foundational celebrations, births and weddings and marriages and coronations. Like we even think, Prince Philip or Prince King Charles, when he was his investiture to become Prince of Wales, who her children married, that kind of thing. Geez, sorry about that. Somebody here. Wow, that was weird. 3 of Gifts in reverse. We also aren't going to hear about any kind of arguing and fighting that was going on, or projects that were unsuccessful. That's actually a better term for the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Projects that were unsuccessful will also be taken out. Wow, 3 of Candles in reverse. Yeah, any kind of project that was unsuccessful, they're not even going to mention. That's going to come out. Like they think that, like, I believe that Queen Elizabeth thought when they did some kind of movie or special in 1967 for the BBC, and it was Prince Philip's idea to make the royal family more approachable, I guess, or more open. And they felt that was they should have never done that. So anything like that is going to be taken out. Anything that was considered a failure or wasn't as successful as they thought she thought it would be, or any kind of different plans, that's going to come out. Also, some correspondence that perhaps she noted that wasn't maybe, I don't want to say polite, because I think she was always with protocol and whatnot, but perhaps um, it just wasn't purposeful. That's the word I'm looking for. I think they'll take out some of that as well. Four of gifts. Yeah, they're going to take out anything that showed how stingy or frugal or anything to do with budget or anything to do with money. That will also be taken out. So any thoughts that she had, perhaps that they were spending too much money on something, that will be taken out. So, anything to do with money or budgets, that will be taken out completely. Five of candles in reverse. Any kind of arguments, any kind of strife in the family, any kind of negative words about other people is definitely going to be taken out. And, in some respects, that's kind of sad, because I think it would be really good to hear about her true feelings about some people. And I think that would show her as a human being. And it also would show how deep she was into protocol, in that you can not like somebody, but that doesn't mean you have to be rude to them in public, right? Or, so you cannot, appreciate their company or think that they're a bore. That doesn't make you look bad. It just makes you look actually better that you entertain them even when you didn't like them and you did it out of duty. And I think that might be a bit of a mistake to take out some of the really interesting fights. But this could be about family as well, right? This could be something about the family. So the arguments between the family, like we know, and Diana and Sarah had a bit of a tiff, and so, but they made up before Diana passed away, or perhaps Anne and Diana didn't get along, and that was noted in the diary or something here. But definitely anything that would indicate strife in the family will be taken out. The star. I think there'll be a lot taken out about Diana, and I think that's why Charles is careful who he's picking to write this. I think he's going to, because you have to remember, this book will be published while him and Camilla are on the throne. And I think instead of embarrassing his wife, Camilla, I think things about Diana are going to come out. I think any notes that she has about Diana, I think it's going to be completely skimmed over. Right or wrong, I think that's up to the monarch, current monarch. Remember, he's the one who has the final say. And that might be part of the deal, is that, if you're hired, you have to promise that there'll be nothing about Diana other than a passing mention, perhaps, but nothing about their relationship. So perhaps a passing mention about the actual wedding date, or the first day that she met Diana, or Diana's first Christmas. But other than that, I think anything to do with Diana, remember the star card is my Diana card. I think anything to do with Diana will be taken out. Any of her notes, her personal opinions, that kind of thing will definitely be taken out. I don't even think the biographers will see any of that. And the reason I'm saying that too is the Five of Candles here in reverse. So perhaps even with her funeral, there was a bit of a kerfuffle there that, people are like, where's our queen? And putting pressure on Queen Elizabeth to say something to break protocol. And I think all of that will be taken out. What's the underlying here? The World. Wow. That's interesting. And the reason it's interesting is because that won't be the final chapter. If it was upright, it'd be like, Kate, that's going to be all wrapped up in a beautiful gift, a beautiful book, we're all going to feel very we'll have closure. That will be the last chapter, and we'll have closure. Actually, I think the book is going to present more questions than anything. And it might be because they're taking so much out that it almost will be like, 1954 went to Kenya, 1955, right? And then almost like a Wikipedia page rather than a true biography of somebody. I think they're going to take out more than they really should. That won't show her as a true human being. And isn't that what a biography is? It shows your life, and your life is full of ups and downs. And, to make it look only successful and only everybody loved everybody and only everybody got along and she only got along, like, I think that's wrong. I think that takes away her humanness and makes it more difficult for us to connect with her and connect with her to say, wow, what a great leader. She really didn't like these people, but yet, we didn't know it at the time. She was, total amazing monarch about it. And I think this book I think they're going to take out too much and they're going to leave more questions than answers. And we're going to feel incomplete when we actually do read it. Strength, mistletoe, Two of Canes in reverse, Two of Gifts upright, Father Christmas in reverse. I think we're going to see a lot about how Prince Philip was her strength, and that, he was her only one. So yeah, I think they're going to take out some stuff about Philip, so it looks like everything was amazing between them, and yet I think some of us know that. I don't know if it was or not. I think for the most part it was, but this Father Christmas here, I think it's going to show. Listen, I've done that reading and it upset a lot of people that, who's Andrew's father, and and I thought I was very kind about it, that showed that she was lonely, and her husband, just simply wasn't there a lot. And there was big rumors. He was seeing a Russian ballerina and, other, he had his little things. And I think that, I think we're going to see her with the Hermit here in reverse. I think they're going to take out parts of it where she was really lonely. I think, I think there must have been, there's definitely some loneliness here. The Hermit upright is you want to be alone. You've got your cup of tea, you got your book, and you just want some peace and quiet, and you're going to read your book. But when the Hermit is in reverse, you're lonely. You're by yourself, not of your own choice, and you don't feel like you have a lot of support around you. I think, I think they're going to take that part of it out as well. Her lonely times, her lonely days. Now, so let's get back to that other reading I did. I'm kind of tripping over this because there might be something in there about how she may have had googly eyes for somebody else. That's how I'm going to put it. We have the Lovers here, and the strengths. We might hear that, so and so was very nice to me, and I you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead, but I'm not speaking ill of her. I think that, when you're lonely in your marriage, I think, somebody wants to spend some time with you. I think it's very flattering. And I can see how that would give you strength. Like, maybe it's just as simple as her equerry, right? But she never crossed the line here with the Two of Canes in reverse. So I think that part of some of that is going to be taken out. Like, of course it would be. They're not going to publish anything that, you know, Queen Elizabeth said, oh, Robert and I had, quite a lovely time at tea, and I can feel, our closeness, things like that. I'm not saying that she wrote anything else other than that in her diary. And I think they'll take out stuff like that. Anything that looked like another man gave her strength or googly eyes or whatnot. I think they're going to take that out as well. They're going to take out the points that she felt very lonely. I'm really getting a sense of real aloneness there. That sometimes, not all the time, that time, your children aren't quite adults, so you don't have them to lean on. And, your husband's away for 5 months and you've got all these things. And I'm just really getting that there was a loneliness for a man in her life. You have to remember Taurus people, especially Taurus people, enjoy touch. They're very, uh, they enjoy like the feel of velvet and the feeling of silk and beautiful things, and they love touch. Earth signs love touch. They love to touch. They love to kiss and hug. And of course, she didn't do that in public, but I think her private persona, she perhaps missed that closeness and felt very lonely without that sense of touch. And I think they're also going to take out some of the um, things that she wasn't really good at, perhaps that she admitted herself. We saw in The Crown, and you can roll your eyes at The Crown, but some of it is historically significant, that she found that she was less educated because of her homeschooling, and she took it upon herself to educate herself and read other books. And I think that part of her life will be taken out, where she felt like she had no control over what she knew, and or I'm sorry, no control over feeling less than. I think she's going to take that part out. I think they'll take that part out too. And again, I think that would just show that she's human, that, she enjoyed learning. She enjoyed learning about different policies and socioeconomic and political things. She actually enjoyed that. And I think they're going to take out the parts in the diaries that show that she felt that she was less than, that she didn't have any control over those kind of things, that her position was just kind of show up and sign the paper. And she really wanted to understand what she was signing. She wanted to understand the world. She wanted to sound educated and intelligent about things, and to have conversations, and be part of that. I think that's really sad if they take that out. I think that shows a very strong person. And I'm really wondering if they're going to go overboard here with what they take out. And I think that's when we see the World card here in reverse, that we're going to feel like it's incomplete. And I think those things that they would take out that we really want to know about, like what were her struggles? What were, what did she do when she felt lonely? What were her struggles? How did she overcome them? I think that kind of biography would be much more interesting and much more relatable, and actually elevate her. I'm getting the sense that this tall Paul is going to clean out so much of it. This reading is going to feel like dry toast. We've witnessed a lot of this. We knew, like, we want to know what was she thinking at that time, and whatnot. Yeah, I think here, this Knight of Good Cheer, I think that's tall Paul taking a lot of things out. rather than bringing them to us, presenting them to us. I can just see him ripping the pages. Some are going to be destroyed, and I think some will go into the Windsor private family information, but I'm not. I think they're going to go too far. I really do, which is really kind of sad, because I think it's beautiful to find out that somebody who was so admired was actually a human being who had real fears, who had real thoughts, who had real tears, who had marriage struggles, who had children struggles, who had, family problems, who had problems at work, right? And it doesn't have to be the whole thing is negative. It could just be like, and this is how she handled it. Charles and Andrew were arguing and fighting, and, the lunches became intolerable, and this is how she handled it. And then we could take that and learn how to deal with our own adult children, right? I think that's more what we're looking for from her, from a biography. So I hope he doesn't take out too much, but I'm really getting that he's almost on a power trip here with this Five of Canes in reverse. He's almost on a power trip, and I think he's going to take out too much. I think he's going to, with this head knocked off, I think he's going to knock off the best parts of it. And then he'll just read like an encyclopedia entry, which is really sad. Really sad. Anyways, I've got to get and figure out what the hell this Page of Pentacles keeps showing up for. I'm fascinated. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Go have a look at the Andrew video, Who's Your Daddy? It honestly, I did it as gently as I could, and it upset a lot of people, and I'm sorry if some of those things do, but some of us really want to know. All right, please take good care. See you online. Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. If you're watching this on Christmas Day, Merry, Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a fabulous day, no matter whether you are celebrating Christmas or not. So, I have got my vintage cards out because I have a new vintage deck, and it's the fortune-telling cards. And they're just called fortune-telling cards. They're from way back in the 20s and 30s, but they came in this terrible box. That's why they're normally like, I think, 150, and this one was 59, and it was because the box was so terrible, so of course I picked it up. The cards are in perfect condition, but I'm going to throw this box out. I find it very disrespectful to the cards when you're storing them in something this ugly. I might keep it. I might just cut this out and then put it in. I've got a beautiful bag I'm going to put them in. So we've got some new vintage cards to play with. And of course we have the old Gypsy fortune-telling cards we're going to play with. And I've got my Nile deck we're going to play with. And I've got my Book of Destiny we're going to play with. And the question is, what does Queen Elizabeth think of her family today? What does she think of them? How they're celebrating Christmas? What's going on in the family? There seems to be a little bit of discord there around Andrew. So let's ask her how does she feel about what's going on in the family? So I'm going to start with my newest deck, the fortune-telling cards. That's all they're called. I believe I'm trying to see, I believe 20s or 30s. 20s or 30s. I think this deck got wet at some point, obviously. Perhaps it was in a flood or, yeah, I can't see a year on that. I just know they're that old. All right. Queen Elizabeth. And because it's Christmas, your companion in life will be devoted to you. Oh, thank you for that message. Actually, that's pretty funny because I did see a psychic when we were in Palm Springs, and that's what she told me too. She goes, "Oh, you're so adored. Your husband adores you." She's like, "Wow," and he really does. He really does. I really am lucky in that regard. But anyways, I do have a little drinky drink here. I have my snowball. It is Christmas Eve afternoon, after all. I'm just waiting for everybody to get off work, and I've got a few hours to myself, so let's read some cards. What does Queen Elizabeth think of everything that's going on in her family? What does Queen Elizabeth think about what's going on? What is she thinking from that side? It's been 2 years. Is she looking down? Is she proud of what they're doing? Is she upset? Is she like, I don't care, I'm not there? How is she feeling about how her family is responding to what's going on, to Harry, to the schisms with the Yorks? You know, what's going on? Is she saying, I told you so? What is Queen Elizabeth up to? Cards are ready. Engagement. Okay, so this is telling me she's actually engaged. I just, not like engaged. I'm going to pull these down a bit so you guys can see the cards clear. I think this is telling me that she's engaged with the family. She is watching them. She is, helping them when she can. But this tells me she's watching the family. She's engaged with them. Good luck will be with you early in the month. All right. Notoriety through jealousy. Well, isn't that the truth? Somebody's staying relevant. Notoriety through jealousy. Someone is staying relevant through her jealousy, through her extreme jealousy. And that would be Meghan constantly berating Catherine. So good luck will be with you early in the month. So I'm thinking she's looking at it like things are going to get better for the royal family early in the month. Your life's romance is about to begin. So interesting. We have 2 3s here. I just want to make sure. And 5. Ooh, that says widow. A friend is false, but keep your own counsel. Widow, I don't like that. I did a prediction that there will be a widow in the coming year. What's the underlying? Festivity. Oh, there you go. She actually is saying they're fine. They're having fun. They're doing what they want to do. She absolutely sees this one who has notoriety through jealousy. So she understands that the only reason Meghan stays relevant is by is bashing the royal family. So I think what she's saying by that, because you even look at it, this is somebody reading like the media, in the media. I think she's looking at it that she knows the royal family's not doing anything wrong. It's this person putting out article after article after article. Your life's romance is about to begin. I think she's telling us here, good luck will be with you early in the next month. That January is actually going to be a very good month for the royals, and that maybe they're coming together. Maybe after this Christmas, because we do have festivity there. Well, it's the festive season, isn't it? I think that, and I think that she is saying that this Christmas will be a healing for the family. And then she says here, a friend is false, but keep your own counsel. Well, I think that speaks to who's blabbing. We discovered it was the Yorks. And I think she's acknowledging, yeah, I know. But you know what? They should keep their own counsel, meaning they should be aware, they should know. So just don't talk to them, but keep your own counsel. I think you can almost hear her saying that, couldn't you? All right. So that's the underlying. So I'm just going to put that. Jeez. I don't know what to do here for you guys, because we've got a lot of cards here to read. All right, so let's see with the Nile cards. What does Queen Elizabeth, how does she feel about the family since she's been gone? How does she feel about the family since she's been gone? How does she feel they're coping, what they're doing? What? So generally she feels that Christmas is going to go well. Christmas is going to go well. There's going to be some healing, and because now they know who the mole is, so they'll just keep to themselves. And I kind of like that. All right, let's see. You will lose your heart soon on the engagement here. A generous but credulous disposition. Ooh. A communication about money matters. A will. Uh-oh. Remember, indiscretion. Be careful. Ooh. A journey or change of residence. Wow, on top of the false friend. And we did that reading that Sarah is actually moving. She'll be moving out this year. I think she's saying that she's more disappointed in the people who are talking about them than what the family is doing. That's what I'm thinking here. You will lose your heart soon. An indiscretion, be careful. I'm wondering if, because this isn't hearts, it's diamonds. So to me, that speaks business. I wonder if that is one of them thinking of doing some kind of business deal that she's kind of wants to send a warning out about. What's the underlying here? You will be married 3 times. Who will be married 3 times? Who's been married twice? Anne and Charles. Interesting. Very interesting. So one of them is going to be married 3 times. I wonder if it's going to be Harry eventually one of these days. So I think there's a warning here, but I'm not getting that she's really angry at them or anything like that. She's more giving warnings. It shows she's very engaged still with the family. That was the first card that came out. A journey or change of residence on top of a friend is false. I think Sarah's going to be moving out this year. I think that's a double message that Sarah's going to be moving out. Your life's romance is about to begin, and indiscretion, be careful. So I wonder if somebody's already got one foot out the door. I mean, actually, it could be Philip, right? He's already been married once. And he's still young enough to be married 3 times. But she's telling me someone in the family is going to be married 3 times. I don't think it's going to be Anne and Tim. I don't think it's going to be the king and queen. It could be one of the grandchildren. I can't see it being Mike and Zara, but I mean, who knows, right? Yeah, what if Peter gets married to the second girl and that doesn't work out, and then eventually has a 3rd wife? Could be Harry. Harry's on his way to 3 marriages. Isn't that sad? These ones are very delicate, so I really don't want to be too hard on them. These are original. These are all original decks. These aren't duplicates. Let's see, what does she have to say? The anchor. She's acknowledging she was the anchor of the family, and people are still saying that. That's also hope. I think people are, the longer she's gone, the more people are realizing she was the anchor in the family. Even when Philip was alive, she was the anchor. She was the matriarch. You know, besides being queen, she was the matriarch. Not, and it wasn't just because she was the queen. She held the family together. Clasped hands, so a handshake, a generous but credulous disposition. Good luck will be with you in the month. So I'm wondering if people are reconnecting. Maybe they've had a tiff about this or a tiff about that, and after Christmas they'll be reconnect. Oh, the star on top of communication about money matters, festivity. Who's the star in the family? Sometimes the star is my Diana card. Well, in tarot it is. I'm thinking this is hope and healing. The heart on top of an indiscretion, and your life's romance is about to begin. Ooh, somebody's getting jiggy with it. I wonder who that is. I wonder if we can get a clarification on who your life's romance, like who is single. I mean, well, there's the younger ones, but I think, you know, let's see. I wonder if it's Harry. Could be Harry. We've read a couple of times. Harry's got a lover. Harry's got a lover. That's why he's not going home. Let's see. It's not William, of course. It could be Peter. Could be Peter. I don't think it's Zara. Let's see. What about Eugenie? Beatrice? Don't think so. At least it's not Beatrice. I know that. She's pregnant. I know you can't, of course you can fall in love while you're pregnant, but I really don't think it's the girls. And then Edward's too, I think, are too young. So I'm wondering who this is. I wonder if it's Andrew. I wonder if Andrew has found a love of his life, or Sarah. Maybe that's why she moves out. Oh, the plot thickens. Let's see. The bride, a journey or change of residence. I wonder if Sarah has a new love. And that's why she's moving out. The rider, we're going to hear about it very soon. Well, well, well. Wouldn't that be something? Oh. Let's go for the big guns here now. And these are great big cards. So I'll probably just put them out one by one. What does Queen Elizabeth? Let's see if I can back these up. I like to bring it in a little bit for you guys so you can see the actual cards. But these ones are really big, so I'm going to have to back it up. All right. What does Queen Elizabeth? Maybe she just wants to give a message. Maybe like she doesn't care how they're acting because it's not her problem. Not my circus, not my monkeys. She's just telling us some predictions, which is fine by me. Okay, Queen Elizabeth II. What do you think? How do you feel about how the family is doing? Prudence or night on the anchor here. Oh, maybe she comes out at night. Maybe she's a bird in their life. Maybe they've got like an owl that comes around. I'm getting that she comes and watches them at night because this is all about her engagement and the anchor. And I'm getting that she comes out at night. So let's see, what about this one here? Trap or treachery? There's something. Trap or treachery? I'm wondering if this here is a warning about that. A trap or treachery. So something that looks like good luck is actually a trap. Interesting. Let's see what's the next one. A soldier on, oh yeah, look at. Okay, so notoriety, a communication about money matters, a will. Remember, we just heard about Harry getting some money. You'll be married 3 times. The star, Diana, and the rider, some kind of message about Harry, a soldier. Yes. So that is Meghan and Harry. That's absolutely Meghan and Harry. So Harry will be married 3 times. Or maybe it's Meghan, right? Maybe it's Meghan. She's already been married twice, according to my sources. Okay, so she's confirming that that is Harry. Let's see on this one. A journey. Well, you know who just got back from a journey? Sarah. She was in Australia. The heart, an indiscretion, be careful. Your life's romance is about to begin. I wonder if Sarah found somebody in Australia. Ooh la la. Interesting. So let's see this last one. A man from the country. Wow. Because this was a journey or change of residence. A friend is false, but keep your own counsel. And we've all said that they need to be careful of Sarah. So she's telling us who this is. A journey or change of residence, the bride, and a man from the country. I think we're going to hear that Sarah has a new love and she's moving out of Royal Lodge because she's no longer partners with Andrew. Or maybe like her new guy is like, yeah, get out of there. News. Underlying is news. We're going to be getting some news. And there's a 26 on here. So I'm wondering if we're going to hear it on the 26th of December. And usually you think, well, yeah, there's news every day. But usually when this card comes up, it's significant news, right? It's news that everybody, goes goo goo gaga on. So I'm wondering if we're going to hear it on the 26th. Like, look, the guy's arm is up in the air. Like, what? Are you kidding me? This is not just like, Harry had a hamburger for Christmas. It'll be like Harry announces his divorce. That's kind of news. So she's letting us know there's some big news. And look on the rider here, because I put those ones in the middle. Wow, Queen Elizabeth. That was fun. So I'm getting that she really doesn't, she's engaged with the family, she's watching the family, and she'd rather tell us some things that are going to happen rather than tell us how she feels about certain members of the family. And I think that's really interesting because that's how she lived her life. She would have never spilled any beans or gossip or dirt on any of her family members. That's just, you just don't do that in mixed company. You have, certain friends you'd be able to say, can't believe Charles is acting like an idiot again, but you would never say that in public, right? So this energy is definitely her. She refuses to say how she feels about other members of the British royal family. She has indiscretions, and those are none of our business, but she's more than willing to mention some things that are coming up to the forefront. So we're going to hear news about Harry, possibly on the 26th, possibly. They've got a false friend in their midst. She has hope, and she says these festivities are going to bring some of them together. And I think she's giving us big clues that there's something about Sarah, that she possibly could have found a new love. And it's so strange. I just did that prediction yesterday that Sarah's moving out in 2025. And I'm wondering if it's because she's found a new guy. Well, thank you very much, Queen Elizabeth. I really enjoyed this reading. I hope you did as well. Thank you for spending this time with me. See you online. Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I am overwhelmed by the auto writing video. I had no idea how it would, people would accept it or read it. And I apologize. Because I just wanted to put it out there and see what the reaction was, I now realize I should have spoke the audio or had the transcript down, but I just threw it out there and just to see what would stick. So please forgive me. But without further ado, let's get started. On August 17th, 2023, I did an auto writing session, with Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. Please excuse spelling errors and the messy writing. Oh, and difficult to read handwriting. Sorry, I'm trying to get ahead of myself here. It just flows out of my pen as they see fit. I was shocked to see how different my handwriting had become. Any messages from Queen Elizabeth II? Well, hello. I've been waiting for you. I am well. Big changes coming soon. Charles doesn't want the throne, but William does. Watch around September 10th and 11th. There will be an incident on my memorial. 2 people will be involved. George is not well. Little George. Diana with me. Philip is not. Very dark days ahead. Ice cream. I see lots of ice cream. Margaret is with me. Mother is with me. Dark days by December. Harry and Meghan must play out. Do not interfere. Massive car crash on highway. I stayed as long as I could. I was surprised to go so quickly. Papa is here with me. Margaret's daughter Sarah will be in the news. Sarah does not have long. Queen Charlotte, she will have to fight for it. Rishi Sunak will be fired. Louis will be spare. I'll be back soon as Louis's daughter. Charlotte will have no children. Too much rain in UK. Catherine is Queen Mary. Harry will outlive William. George is my father. Little George. There is another George. Phillips cheated. Australia burns. I miss eating. Goodbye. Prince Philip, August 17th, 23. I am here. I'm with my soul family. My mother. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . I will return to Lord Mountbatten's family. This is when my writing really becomes weird. 2 more generations. Harry is not mine. I'll look elsewhere. Megan was sent. I warned them. Charles will be finished soon. Monarchy, 1 or 2 generations left. New comes in. I was too smart for them. Very bored. Very boring. Very boring life. That was my first British family. That was my first British family. I've been more Russian. Many Tartarian lives. Yeah, I've been more Russian. Many Tartarian lives. I can't even read this writing. Diana will return soon. We didn't kill her. LOL. But she did go too soon. She'll come back Spencer side as niece's daughter soon. Governments will fall. South Europe burns up. North Europe freezes up. Not climate. Cycles. That woman will deserve it. Lady Louise is Russian. We've had many lifetimes together. My first lifetime with Edward. Peter will reunite with Autumn in the future. One of the children will be ill and bring them back together. I don't like Zara. I like Mike. One of Zara's children is Lord Mountbatten. Take them to the boat incident and they'll remember. Don't believe in the fires. Goodbye. Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Long awaited auto writing. I know it's been months, but Queen Elizabeth II was bothering me this morning. She said she has something to say. So I'm giving her the floor. Hello. I'm not sure what you want me to say or tell you. What is the most important thing you would like us to know? Little George, I am worried about little George. All of this has been the most difficult for him. He is worried he will have to be king before he is ready. Then I ask, why? Is something wrong with William? No, that's just how that's how his little brain works. He worries about everything like my father did. Her father was a very nervous person. He had a terrible stutter that he had to get over. There will be big changes soon. Charles is putting on a brave face. There's more. Can you tell us anything about Archie and Lily? I have never met either of them. I couldn't tell you. That was interesting. So she didn't even meet Archie? This is my question, why is the palace and family going along with the story of Archie and Lily? This was interesting because they are protecting Harry. He is very troubled. No kidding. He is responsible for this whole mess. He holds his life and secrets over Charles' head. That's weird, that's spelled weird. Which parent wants to be responsible for their child's death? He couldn't live with himself. He couldn't live with himself. He already has enough guilt about Diana. He is a very sensitive man, so I could see that. And this is important. Harry has mentioned he wouldn't go alone. Oh yeah, Harry has mentioned he wouldn't go alone. He didn't say who he would take with him. That's why he's not allowed to see anyone from the family. That's why Charles wouldn't see him alone. That's why he's not allowed on royal or crown property. Not because of a silly book. You know, that sounds like schizophrenia to me. Can you give me an update on Catherine? She was pretty blunt on this. No. Charles is in a carriage for trooping because of the threats. It's safer. Because of threats, it's safer. The threats on the family have never been greater. I wonder if that's threats from protesters from all over. Anything else? There's more. Everything is in perfect order. Goodbye. Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Today, on Queen Elizabeth's Heaven Day, 1 year since she passed away, I am going to review the auto writing I did with Queen Elizabeth, and I'm going to read on some of the things that she transcribed to us. I'm going to read a little bit more on that on today. So the transcript basically goes, well, hello, I've been waiting for you. I am well. Big changes coming soon. Charles doesn't want the throne, but William does. Watch around September 10th and 11th. There will be an incident on my memorial. 2 people will be involved. Okay, so let's read on that. Let's see if we can get some more. That sounds very ominous. So tomorrow is September 8th is the memorial, and then the 10th and the 11th is over the weekend. So I wonder, is there something, tomorrow is a working day, so are people going to do a memorial on the weekend for her? Is there going to be some kind of incident, maybe a small village, instead of doing something on a weekday that people are working on the weekend? Perhaps they have some kind of small memorial or remembrance. Is something going to happen then? Or should I split these into 2? Well, big changes coming soon. Charles doesn't want the throne, but William does. Well, that doesn't say he's going to abdicate or anything. I think most of us are well aware of that, actually. I think we all know William's chomping at the bit. What happened? Oh, High Priestess. Secrets will be spilled about that. Interesting. So there will be an incident on my memorial. 2 people will be involved. Watch around September 10th and 11th. Let's read on that. What do you mean by that? What is the meaning of that? What's the deeper meaning of that? What's the deeper meaning of that? Cards are ready. Ooh, that actually had a double. Ooh, the Empress in reverse. Ace of Pentacles upright. Queen of Pentacles upright. 8 of Swords upright. And the Tower. Oh, something will happen. It will. Look at the Queen of Pentacles. Well, that's her. It will be on her memorial. 8 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, the Tower. Something shocking. Is somebody going to be kidnapped for money? That's far-fetched. The Universe upright. Knight of Cups upright. And the Lovers in reverse. Oh, somebody's going to have a big, big fight, I think. I'm going to cover up those boobies. I think someone's going to have a big, big fight ending here. Lovers in reverse on the 8 of Swords upright. 2 of Pentacles. Look at that. 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, the World. I wonder if somebody who is not coming is going to show up at the last minute. 2 of Swords in reverse. I wonder if somebody who is not coming is going to show up at the last minute. Right? We have two here, Knight of Cups. I wonder if somebody's like, should I, shouldn't I, shouldn't I? And they're like, sod it, I'm going. Oh, Two of Cups, upright. Oh, so it is two people. The transcript says, watch around September 11th. There will be an incident on my memorial. Two people will be involved. Two. You can't make this up. The Empress. So somebody has some kind of plans. With the Empress is pregnant with possibilities. And we have the Tower here. And then, of course, the Empress would have been the Queen. We have the Queen. So it is something on her memorial. There is something, somebody has something planned on her memorial. Is somebody going to show up who shouldn't be there? What's underlying? Oh, Ten of Swords in reverse. Oh my God. Harry and Meghan wouldn't show up, would they? Oh, no. No, they can't, because the 10th and 11th, they'd already be in Germany. It is two people, though. And the 10 of Swords, so the 10th. Seven of Swords, somebody has a strategy. Five of Swords, somebody they've been fighting with. Queen of Cups in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Pentacles. It wouldn't be something about Diana, would it? They wouldn't be exposing something about Diana. About a secret that they've had and release it finally. That they've been hanging on to. Wonder if this Two of Cups is that if they're going to expose it to, oh, it's going to upset the Emperor in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse. Hanged Man in reverse. Nine of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands. Uh-oh. Something's going to be released about Charles. Something that somebody's been hanging on to for a long time. At least 9 months, if not longer. And it's, look at this, Ace of Swords. It's going to, the Hanged Man in reverse. It's something that has been put on the back burner, let's say. Somebody's going to be hung out to dry here with this Ace of Swords. They're going to be cut down. The Emperor. Seven of Wands. Six of Wands. Nine of Cups in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse. Queen of Wands and Chariot. Yes. I think some kind of secrets are going to be exposed. I wonder if that's why it has Charles doesn't want the throne, but William does. Maybe this watch around September 10th, there will be an incident on my memorial, and her memorial should be on the 8th. So it said two people will be involved. Well, interesting we didn't get the Hermit or the Knight of Pentacles, which would be Harry. We did get Queen Anne, or we did get, I didn't see the Wicked Witch of the West here, unless this is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody who's hungry for money. Here's William involved. William showed up, and the Emperor Charles showed up. Fascinating. Change is coming soon. Charles doesn't want the throne, but William does. And Charles showed up in reverse, showing he doesn't want the throne. William showed up upright with his hands on his hips, showing he does want the throne. Watch around the 10th and the 11th. There will be an incident on my memorial. Two people will be involved. Yes, and yes. And there's the Lovers in reverse and the Two of Cups upright. Yes. But who are the two people and what are the incident? Well, the cards are just confirming something. We got to watch out for something. We got to watch out for something. Charles and William will be involved. Okay. George is not well. Little George. So let's see. What does this mean? Let's dive a little bit. Let's clear that out. George is not well. Little George. Little George. So I'm imagining this is Prince George. Prince George. What is going on with Prince George? And I did do in the Q&A, and it showed that it was genetic from Diana's side. So obviously from his son, from his father's side. Little George is not well. What does that mean? Please tell us. Please clarify that for us. Little George is not well. Please clarify that for us. Please clarify that for us. Ooh, 4 of Swords in reverse. I wonder if he's been like secretly under the weather, and that's why Catherine has taken 2 months off this summer to be with him. I mean, he looks well when he's out. I mean, he looks well dressed and he's laughing. 3 of Pentacles, yeah. There is the Hierophant. Queen of Wands in reverse. 7 of Wands in reverse. Strength in reverse. Is he stressed out about what that Wicked Witch of the West is doing? The Emperor. 5 of Wands in reverse. The Star. The Star in reverse and the Emperor. Yeah, this is something to do with Charles and Diana. So genetics that they have passed on. 5 of Swords in reverse. Page of Swords upright. We might hear about it. We might hear about it on the internet. Interesting, this Page of Swords has stars there, and we're on top of this star in reverse. I think we're going to hear something like genetically passed down from Diana. 9 of Cups in reverse. He has too much of something. He has too much of something. I think they are working with some kind of health professionals. I see a lot of green in this card, which isn't usually the Pentacles card. Consulting, look at, they have a book here. I wonder if they're consulting. Cups, of course, is blood. Heart, it's not gynecological on him, of course. It wouldn't be his uterus. But heart, I wonder if he has like a hemophilia. But that wouldn't have come from Diana's side. That would Queen Victoria. Now she passed that down because she married her cousin and a couple of the kids and grandchildren had it. I wonder, does anybody know, did Diana have any kind of blood conditions? Oh, I wonder if this is depression. Depression can be genetic. And they haven't figured out if it's learned. Well, he wouldn't have learned it. I mean, Dan has been long gone. You know, especially if it's coming through the thyroid or something. The High Priestess, oh, they'll keep it secret for sure. He's going to be king. 6 of Swords in reverse. You know what? 9 of Wands. This is something he's going to have to battle. 2 of Wands. They're coming up with a plan. 6 of Cups. Yeah, this is genetic. Absolutely. Page of Cups. This is something he got in utero. Yes, this is absolutely something genetic he has. They're searching the world over for a cure. They're looking everywhere for a cure, but this is something he'll carry with him. This will be something that he will have to battle. It won't be a burden. He'll have to battle it. So that's why I'm wondering if it is a type of depression. with the High Priest, with the King of Cups in reverse, that can be. And also he is a Cancerian, and this is the Cancerian card, and it's in reverse. So I wonder if it has something to do with his moods. All right, well, that's enough of that. I don't want to dwell too much into that. So maybe he is a lot like his grandmother, who was a Queen of Cups, Cancerian, and maybe he does have something genetic passed down. I mean, certainly Harry has it, right? All right. Diana with me, Philip is not. Let's see, what is, I think that just means what soul families they are in. Remember, Philip is Greek, and that's part of the Russian part of the royal family. Russian and Greek Orthodox, Russian Orthodox, their writing is quite similar. Plus, Diana is British, Philip was Greek, so Diana would be more with the Windsor side than the Mountbatten side. So that makes sense. So they came as a couple here on Earth, but their soul families are completely different. Very dark days ahead. Ice cream. I see lots of ice cream. I don't know what that was all about. But she did say she misses eating. So maybe she is dreaming of ice cream. Very dark days ahead. Oh, and I just did that 923 video. Oh, I wonder if that's in regards to that. Oh, Margaret is with me. So yes, Margaret is part of her soul family. I can believe that. Mother is with me. Okay. Oh, dark days by December. Let's read on that. Dark days ahead. So I wonder if that ice cream is the ice in December. Oh, I wonder if there's going to be an ice storm by December. See, you got to suss some of this stuff out. Diana is with me, Philip is not. So Diana, Margaret, and Mother is with me. So obviously they had some issues to work out and some karma to work out in this lifetime. So Diana, Margaret, Mother, Queen, they're all of the same soul family. Philip is not. He is with a different soul family. He's part of, and when I did Philip's, remember, he like Lady Louise. Lady Louise is part of his soul family, and they look so similar, and they that kart racing thing that they do, and they seem very, very close for grandfather and granddaughter, and it's that strange. I'm going to read on that why he doesn't like Zara. What happened there? He likes Mike, but I thought that was very strange to say about a grandchild. But let's keep going. So very dark days ahead. Ice cream. I see lots of ice cream. Dark days by December. I wonder if the ice cream is actual like snow, icy snow, right? Not fluffy snow, icy snow. And if you're Canadian, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's when it snows and then it rains, and then you get this crust of snow that is very can be. It's like a snow cone, right? And that could easily happen in the UK. It could snow like crazy and then rain on top. 7 of Pentacles. Ooh, don't like the look of that guy. Don't like the good of that guy. Something that is coming. Okay, so dark days ahead by December. Let's see, what did she mean by that? Let's clarify that, please. Ooh, interesting cut. 3 of Swords. Some kind of betrayal. 10 of Swords in reverse. Justice. 9 of Swords upright. 9 of Wands upright. We got big cards here. We got 9s and 10s and Justice. And look at this betrayal. Look at this card here with the swords right through his head. And that's on the heart. Again, watch that 923. Somebody is getting justice. The justice card came up all right. There's going to be, people are going to feel embattled and very anxious. 2 of Wands. Somebody's planning something. And that's what that 923, Page of Cups, surprising news. And the Empress upright. Nine of Cups upright. Look at all the female energy. Look at it all. Look at all the female. Look at all the female energy, the feminine energy. Queen of Wands in reverse. Wow. The Hierophant. And look at this Hierophant is a female. Look at all the female energy here. And strong female energy. Justice, the Empress, which is the Queen of Queens, a Hierophant as a queen, the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is somebody on the warpath. This is a fire sign in reverse. This is somebody on the warpath. On top of the Empress here. Somebody who is, who's a glutton. Who has plans? Who's a glutton? Who is, this actually looks like a pretty scary Hierophant, actually. This is definitely a female Hierophant. What's the underlying here? Knight of Cups in reverse. Seven of Swords upright. Seven of Cups upright. Chariot. Eight of Cups. The sun darkens. Lots of gaslighting going on. We've got some pretty nasty players here. We've got somebody here who's going to try and gaslight us here. Seven of Swords next to the Seven of Cups. They're trying to gaslight us here. I don't think we're going to fall for it, though. I think we're going to have somebody who is like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not falling for this anymore. I'm not listening to you. La, 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 I can't hear you. Interesting that this Chariot is also female. And look at all the female energy. Even the Nine of Wands is female. What? Something surprising. So who is like, is this something Kamala Harris? Does she become president? Does something happen like and destabilizes things? Dark days. Page of Pentacles. Somebody trying to sell us something. King of Pentacles upright. Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. Queen of Pentacles upright. Look at the major pentacle players. These are huge players. Somebody who is considered quite wise, quite confident, quite established, is going to try and sell us something to change our fortunes. But it's not good. Sun in reverse, Hermit in reverse. It's not good for us at all. Usually the King of Pentacles is quite benevolent, but he's very well established and he has money to do things. He is surrounded by negative cards. So when he's negative like that, it's somebody who pushes their power around. Especially here with the Page of Pentacles, trying to sell us on something that is not good for us. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse here and the Hermit in reverse. Are we going to have, I want you to consider this, dark days ahead, ice cream around, lots of ice cream. By December, are we going to have lockdowns again? And the clock agrees with me. The clock just agreed with me. Because the Sun is the dark days and the Hermit is being lonely. It's not being alone because you want to be alone. It's because you are lonely. I'm thinking of this person, and I know this isn't their sun sign, but it fits their archetype as BG, who owns Microsoft. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Fool, Ace of Cups, and Ten of Cups, and King of Wands. somebody going to offer us? Now, the little tablet here can be a pharmaceutical. This Knight of Swords, it's a poking fight. Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Are they going to manufacture something? Because the Queen of Pentacles is the manifester. Are they going, they're going to offer a whole new solution, whole brand new solution here. And it's not going to bring us a lot of joy. Somebody's going to make a lot of money from it. Ha, interesting. I don't want to say too much about that. Okay, dark days by December. So yeah, maybe by December we're back into it and somebody's going to have a solution that has to be poked in. Somebody's going to make a lot of money. Somebody's going to make a lot of money. Okay, Harry and Meghan must play out, do not interfere. I'm not even going to read about that. Massive car crash on highway. Well, that could be any highway. And actually, I've seen a massive car crash on a highway in the UK days after I did this. And it was a bunch of Ferraris and very expensive cars. So that could be anything. I'm wondering, though, nobody was killed in that, thank God, knock on wood. And that massive car crash on highway, that still could come. I mean, especially into the dark days of December, if there's a big storm. So that could be connected. I'm not going to read on that. I stayed as long as I could. I was surprised to go so quickly. Yeah, and I can see that. I can see, like, she was like, hey, yeah, I'm staying, I'm fighting. And then all of a sudden one day she wasn't. Right? Because what was it, the day before or 2 days before she passed, she was still taking audience of different people. And didn't she see like a new prime minister? And, she got her picture taken. She was standing there. She was smiling. I think she was surprised that she went so quickly. Like that day she woke up and that was the last day. Papa is here with me, Papa is here with me. So her dad is here with her. So her dad is part of her soul family, her dad, her mom, her sister, which is usually the case. Margaret's daughter, Sarah, will be in the news. And then she says, Sarah does not have long. She didn't really, oh yeah, she did. She did say which Sarah. She did. I think she said Andrew's Sarah. I just didn't write that down properly. So let's see, what's up with Margaret's daughter, Sarah, will be in the news. What's she going to be in the news for? Now, I looked a little bit into that. Apparently, Sarah's daughter owns a gallery or something, so maybe she's going to be in the news about an opening of a gallery or something. But she's going to be in the news. I'm not going to read if Sarah Ferguson has long. I've read on her health before, so we can. And I've done a couple of other things, and I don't want to read on that today. So let's read. What is with Margaret's daughter Sarah? What are we going to hear about? I'm just going to do a quick 5 card on this. Oh, lovers. Maybe something about her partnership. Lovers. Oh, the Tower in reverse. Chariot. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. 8 of Cups. Oh my God. Is her marriage ending? Is her marriage or her job is ending? She's moving on. Strength in reverse. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. The Hangman in reverse. 4 of Swords in reverse. An Ace of Swords in reverse. Oh my God, look at them all in reverse except for the Lovers, the Chariot, and 8 of Cups is upright. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, Oh my God. Either her relationship is ending or her work is ending. Something is ending. Something's being cut out. Something is being set free. Somebody is moving on. Somebody is upsetting the line of the family here. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, so things are being untied, undone. Ooh, well, let's watch for that. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't, honest to God. I thought it was, like I said, I thought it was something about her work or something. Okay, Queen Charlotte, she will have to fight for it. We've read about this, that there is something, Queen Charlotte, she will have to fight for it. Now, that one doesn't really make sense. And I read about that one in the Q&A. What does she have to fight for? And is that tied in with George not being well? Right? Because, and I think Louis will be spare, right? I will be back soon as Louis's daughter. So I've read a little about that in the Q&A. Charlotte will have no children. And okay, so you have to remember, sometimes this automatic writing, it's like dumps and you have to write it. I found if I don't write it down because it doesn't make sense, they stop. They're like, are you writing this or aren't you? So then I write it and then something completely different comes in and then I write it. It's like they jumble everything out. You have to remember they cannot speak on the other side. So they're trying to communicate with my brain, how my brain works. And so it's just energy. So energy is going into my brain, out my hand, what they're trying to say. So this is why sometimes it's really jumbled. Queen Charlotte, she will have to fight. Like, why say Queen Charlotte? She will have to fight for it. Louis will be spare. I'll be back soon as Louis's daughter. Charlotte will have no children. So if Charlotte has no children, stay with me. Charlotte has no children. She's queen. She passes. It goes to Louis, right? Now, I'll be back soon as Louis's daughter. Is Queen Elizabeth going to come back to be queen? Let's ask that. Is that what that means? Is that what that means? That is very interesting to me, actually. And then she has in between there, Rishi Sunak will be fired. I don't know too much about UK politics. I know he's the prime minister. I know he wasn't voted in. I think you're having an election, I think. Ooh, I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't know too much about it. I barely know enough about my own because it's so disgusting. It just brings me down. So let's ask about this. Queen Charlotte, she'll have to fight for it. Louis will be spare. I'll be back as Louis's daughter. Charlotte will have no children. This almost sounds like a quatrain from Nostradamus. So let's see. Please explain this. Please clarify this. So I'm reading it as Queen Elizabeth will be back in power in, what would that be? Four of Swords in reverse. Oh, the Universe in reverse. The Hermit in reverse. King of Wands upright. And 10 of Cups in reverse. What does this have to do with Harry? And the King of Wands in this regard is, this either could be Major John or Lieutenant Colonel Johnny Thompson, but this is something Harry hasn't finished. Something Harry hasn't finished, and he's taking action on it. And it is going to something to do with the family, with the end of the family. Right? Charlotte will only become Queen Charlotte if something happens to William and George's family, if George has a family. So Queen Charlotte, then Louis becomes spare. Queen Elizabeth comes back as Louis's daughter. Then if Charlotte has no children and Louis ascends to the throne, because he would be next, if Charlotte has no children, she's queen, Louis would be next in line. Once Louis passes, then Queen Elizabeth will be queen once more. I just got that. Strength in reverse on the Universe. Wow, we have Strength and the Hermit. We got both of them. Those who shall not be mentioned on today. Seven of Wands in reverse, indefensible. The Hanged Man in reverse again. Three of Cups upright. Ace of Wands upright. Page of Pentacles upright. Queen of Cups in reverse. Now, Charlotte is the Page of Pentacles right now. She will someday be Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles ascends to the throne. This will also be, I wonder if Louis's daughter is an earth sign, and this will be Queen Elizabeth coming back again. I think I hit it right here. I think something is going to happen. I actually think Harry will be removed from the line of succession, which means his children will be as well. And that will, actually, it doesn't matter if Harry's in the line of succession, does it? George, Charlotte, Louis are next. Interesting, we didn't see William here. We didn't see Charles here. So this obviously happens far into the future. Far into the future. But look, Page of Pentacles, this is Charlotte. Yes, she will become queen. I bet she becomes queen like Queen Victoria was. They worried that the king would die before she turned 18 and she needed a regent. She needed people around her. I wonder if that's going to happen. I wonder if that's going to happen. I wonder. This Queen of Cups in reverse. Four of Cups upright. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Swords upright. We keep getting that. And the Lovers. What happens? Ace of Cups. What happens that we get a Queen Charlotte? What the hell? What the hell happens? Interesting. Interesting. I think we cracked that case, though. I think Elizabeth was trying to tell us eventually she becomes queen again. Now that makes sense. Now that makes sense. I'm not going to ask about Rishi Sunak. I don't want to do anything political. Too much rain. I think that goes too much rain in the UK. That goes back. Catherine is Queen Mary. So Catherine was, that makes a lot of sense. Catherine was Queen Mary, which was Queen Elizabeth's grandmother. That totally makes sense. That totally makes sense. Oh, will outlive William. Oh, so will she be the king's mother? George is my father. Little George. There is another George. Now, who did she say? Papa is here with me, Margaret's daughter. Papa is here with me. And then she says, George is my father. Little George. There is another George. Well, wasn't her dad? Oh, you know what? She's not saying little George is her father. She's saying George is my father. Little George. There is another George. So she is saying that George is her father. But his name wasn't George, it was Bertie. But wasn't he King George? Wasn't he King George? Yeah. King George is my father. Little George. There is another George. I think she's telling us that there's three George here. Right? So when she says George, she's saying is my father. Then she says little George. She says there is another George. So she's telling us to separate the Georges. So there's George is my father. So whoever this George is who is alive. Little George. There is another George. Phillips cheated. So whoever Phillips cheated with had a child named George, and this George is her father. This George came back as her father. Phillips, Australia burned, so that's a warning. I miss eating. Goodbye. Okay. Let's see. Let's ask the cards. How many Georges are there alive today? How many Georges are alive today? How many Georges are alive today? How many Georges are alive today? How many Georges that Queen Elizabeth is talking about is alive today? So George is her father. Yes, he was King George. He was King George. George is my father. So I think she's differentiating, like, so when she says George, how many different Georges there are? Little George. There is another George. Ooh, chatty. Maybe we should do the gossip cards on that. Ooh, Queen of Swords in reverse. And look, that looks like that's Queen Victoria. 9 of Wands, so that's a pregnancy. 4 of Swords in reverse. The Hierophant, that's the royal family. And the King of Cups in reverse. Oh. Justice. 7 of Cups upright. 4 of Pentacles upright. Listen, you know who the King of Cups is? The Queen of Swords. Temperance upright. Queen of Cups in reverse. 4 of Cups upright. Ace of Swords in reverse. So somebody who's been cut out of the family. Look, we've got the players right here. Queen of Swords in reverse and King of Cups in reverse. And the 4 of Cups here is they had the baby, but like the baby was rejected, obviously. The Queen of Cups in reverse, Temperance. Listen, the Ace of Swords, baby cut out. I'm not saying the baby was aborted at all. I'm not saying anything like that at all, at all. I'm just saying they're cut off from their inheritance and their, now Prince Philip's will has been sealed for, it'll never be opened in any of our lifetimes. Let's put it that way. I think it's 75 years or 70 years or could even be 100. Who cares? All of us won't be here. And Temperance is the mixing of sperm and egg. And 4 of Cups is, this is the baby being adopted out. The baby is not accepted into the family. And here's already 3. So this was sometimes after Andrew was born, but before Edward was born. We have 2 women here, Queen of Cups and Queen of Swords in reverse. Interesting, we don't have Queen of Pentacles, so it's obviously she's telling us it's not hers. Well, I think this is the affair. I know he wasn't a Cups. I know he was a Swords. He was June. He was Gemini. But he was also, what he said, he was also very bored. And he really wasn't a king, right? Yeah, so somebody born and cut out of the family, cut away from the inheritance, made to disappear. 3 of Pentacles, I think, the firm. Obviously, the Queen knew about it. The Hermit and the 8 of Wands in reverse. 6 of Wands. They were successful in keeping it a secret, keeping that person away. I think he was adopted out. I think he was adopted out and has no idea who he is. With the Hermit Magician here in reverse. Yeah, he has no idea who he is. 8 of Wands in reverse and Ace of Swords. I think he was adopted out. And his identity is secret. And they were successful in keeping it secret. But Queen Elizabeth knew about it. So it was between Andrew and Edward. She already had 3, and she wasn't interested in raising anyone else's child. Well, how could she explain it? I mean, yeah. Ha! Philip. I don't think that's a big secret, though, to tell you the truth. We aren't getting any real messages here, who it is. Could be this Queen of Cups in reverse, so could be, somebody who is of a water sign and maybe have some emotional problems because of everything they went through. I don't think it's that character in Australia, so don't mention anything about that, because it's not Charles. I've read a couple of times on that character in Australia saying he is the child of Charles, and he is not. He is not. Charles would have been way too young to have a baby then. Barely a teen. All right. Well, that was interesting, getting some answers from the automatic writing. I'm getting a lot of positive remarks about the automatic writing, and so you can definitely look forward to more automatic writing. I'm thinking of one that would be very interesting is Dorita's father. I think that might be the next one I do next, because I know nothing about him. I just know he's dead. And let's see what he has to say about things. What do you think? Thank you so much for spending this time with me on Queen Elizabeth's Heaven Day. I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to your comments, and we'll see you online. Bye for now.